It was a cruel twist of fate for Manchester United that Arsene Wenger's Arsenal were the visitors to Old Trafford in May 2002. A single point was all the Gunners needed to take the Premier League title off the club that had been champions for 3 years running. Sir Alex Ferguson named a Ruud van Nistelrooy on the bench, while Diego Forlan started with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer up front. Arsene Wenger could have been excused a degree of confidence going into this match. His team had scored in every game of the season so far and were unbeaten away from home. With Thierry Henry unavailable, Kanu started up front alongside Sylvain Wiltord. Officially still champions going into the match, could United keep hold of their title beyond the next 90 minutes? Your commentator is Ian Darke.
Paul Durkin, who refereed at the last World Cup, gets it underway. United, of course, in their red shirts. Can they stop this phenomenal Arsenal run? Arsenal, remember, are unbeaten away from home all season. No club has done that in the top flight since Preston North End in 1888-89, and they only had to play 11 away games. And the Arsenal fans being made to feel a long, long way from Highbury. This is aimed towards Kanu, who beats Silvestre in the air. And it falls to Ray Parlour, scorer of that great goal in the FA Cup final. Wiltord! Oh my goodness me! It took a deflection on the way through, and Arsenal were very nearly ahead here as early as 1.5 minutes in. It came off Laurent Blanc. It was on its way too. It was superbly struck. Mistake by Keown, lets in Diego Forlan, and how he could do with a goal. Be quite a time to score it, wouldn't it? Solskjaer. Good football, United. Play on, says the referee, as Scholes plays this in to Keane, who's turned up here wide on the left. A lot of fluidity about the United lineup here. Forlan. Laid off towards Scholes, who strikes it beautifully, but just over the bar. And that took a deflection on the way through too. It's a United corner. Corner is taken quickly. Driven in towards the near post, and it just needed a little touch on the way through. It came off an Arsenal head, and it'll be another United corner. Wes Brown in there, causing the danger. Scholes, Manchester United showing signs of slipping into gear here. This is Veron. Back to Scholes. Thought about the shot, instead plays Giggs, who's asked a lot of Roy Keane, too much. I wonder what he's thinking. 36 goals, how come I'm not in the starting lineup, boss? Well, they're making as much noise as they can. The 3,000 Arsenal fans. I think we've seen already that if Arsenal are going to pick up the championship tonight, they're going to have to do it the hard way against a very fired-up Manchester United now. Phil Neville could be in a lot of trouble for that. He went right through on Wiltord. And this is going to be at least a yellow, I would say, for Philip Neville. United looked more than stoked up at the moment. I think the referee, bearing in mind the stakes, is probably going to err on the side of caution. And by caution I mean yellow card rather than red. No booking. Away goes Giggs. Free kick to Manchester United. Switch up the decibel level again. And the Red Cavalry are arriving, and many of them in that Arsenal penalty area. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 United players, and look at this. stuff going on with Scholes and Keane. Now Scholes really has to be careful. He has been booked. The referee was lining up the free kick at the time, probably didn't see it. He's trying to keep the lid on this. Keane's glad it's not David Ellery who sent it off 4 times. Driven in low by Veron. It skidded rather nastily too. Seaman watched it all the way through a crowd of players. Vieira. Campbell, who must be thinking, I did the right thing when I chose Arsenal. But he's got himself into a bit of a mess here. And he's rescued by Ray Parlour. Oh, you won for that, mate, I'm sure he's saying. Parlour, so much the unsung talent, who's been with the club for a decade and more now. Giggs, on towards Forlan, a little flick on. And it won't quite fall for Veron, who was on the far side. Scholes battling away. There's absolutely no doubting Manchester United's passion. Forlan. Working so hard to try to make things happen. It was a glorious ball for Veron, who tried to bend one, took a deflection on the way through. Corner to United. There's no Beckham out here. Various players trying to fill the role. Veron's among them. And he was trailing a Beckham-style curler there. Giggs with the corner for Manchester United. Phil Neville, good little run here from Solskjaer, but very, very quickly read by Campbell. Long, Keane helping it forward. Keane on the volley, speculative, on target, but right down David Seaman's throat. There's going to be 2 minutes of added time at the end of the half here. I'm sure we're going to see him later at some point with Van Nistelrooy. Nothing really quite rhyming for either side. It's been a battle being won by the tacklers and coverers, but here's Ashley Cole. Ljungberg, Cole again, into a good area, but nobody that far forward to attack it. We're going to get the whistle any time now. That's it. Arsenal at the moment on course for the 1 point they need to complete the double tonight. It's been gritty, feisty, back to the wall kind of stuff, particularly from Arsenal, who've defended very, very well. Burning commitment from Manchester United, but so far they are being denied. But at half-time here, Manchester United 0, Arsenal 0. No changes for either side at half-time as Wiltor makes a really penetrating run right at the start of the half. Almost caught United by a surprise for a moment there. It was Scholes who bit in with the challenge. Wiltord, who scored a hat-trick against Manchester United. Manchester United reserves, really, in the League Cup earlier on in the season. Adu with the corner kick, which almost reached Keown, and miscue by Wiltord. United, of course, love to break, but Arsenal seem wise to that and are not pushing too many players forward. Arsenal, who won the corresponding fixture at Highbury by 3-1. 2 from Thierry Henry and 1 from Freddie Ljungberg after Paul Scholes had given United the lead. That was during that phase of the season when Manchester United just did not look themselves at all. The phase of the season which indeed is now costing them so dearly. Scholes just about beat Ljungberg with the pass. Phil Neville down the line, and Forlan is onside. Played it towards Veron, who couldn't quite find his feet, and it fell nicely for Seaman in the end. But that was a sweeping Manchester United move of some quality. Ljungberg got in with an interesting little challenge. Here is Ljungberg. Feeds Wiltord. Ljungberg again. The two of them working it between them, and they've still got it too, with Wiltord this time. Other players beginning to arrive. One of them is Adu here, on his left foot as well, and it nearly broke in the middle there for Kanu. And it took a deflection somewhere along the line off a United boot, because it's a corner kick. And you could hear a pin drop, I would think, around here if Arsenal score. Except for those little 3,000 fans locked away in a corner of the ground, Gunners fans. Barthez looked like he was foul on the way through. It was Giggs who completed the clearance. And a free kick given for the challenge on the goalkeeper. Manchester United, remember, were in 9th place just before Christmas. 10-1 shots for the title. Since then, they've won 18, drawn 1, lost 2. An amazing run, but it looks like it's not going to be quite good enough for them. Here's Silvestre. Good-looking ball in, 2 towards Forlan. Did that come off Campbell? Giggs. They'll get the corner this time, Manchester United. Five corners apiece as Giggs takes this one for Manchester United. A miscue really by Kanu. Falls to Philip Neville. Veron. Deft little flick. Phil Neville does well to make something of it. There's nobody that deep in the red shirt though. It's a mistake by Barthez. He's fallen to Wiltord. Great recovery challenge by Wes Brown, who needed to make that. Barthez there almost let Arsenal in. And it's only going to take a moment like that, you sense, to decide things here tonight. Here's Parler. Is he going to let another of those long shots go like he did in the cup final? He was shaping that way, it was about that range too. Down goes Giggs. And the referee was just waiting to see whether any advantage accrued. Adu is one of those who's been booked. The only Arsenal player, in fact, so far. Here's Forlan. Lovely quick feet from the Uruguayan. And finish disappointing. And Arsenal fans, I'm sure, are starting to count down the clock now and believing they're 35 minutes away from winning the championship to go with the FA Cup. If it happens, it'll be the second time that Arsene Wenger has done it for the club. Now then, here's Wiltord. Ljungberg. It's broken from his Freddie Ljungberg! And Wiltor must score surely, and does! And gives Arsenal the lead! And Arsenal now, the championship is so close that they can smell it. Manchester United got themselves in a mess. Ljungberg, who hadn't been in the game at all, his shot was blocked, and Sylvain Wiltor has finished it off. And almost from the exact position on this ground from where Mark Overmars scored for Arsenal in 1998 on Arsenal's way to the championship. It's Wiltor who's done it. His 17th goal of the season, and a priceless one. Cue Ruud van Nistelrooy. It's Veron who's going to come off. He is struggling with an injury. This is not what he had in mind when he signed on for another 3 years a few months ago. He was hoping he'd be off to Hampden next week in his beloved Glasgow for the Champions League final. That isn't going to happen. And it does begin to look here as if Manchester United will end without any trophy this season. Giggs. Keown getting it away. Tala for Arsenal, who at the moment are in the comfort zone. Vieira. Ljungberg's in a lot of space wide left. He hasn't been picked up. Just about keeps it in play, does he? Tala was in the middle, and Vieira almost got past Wes Brown, but Brown did well enough. At the moment, Manchester United very much on the back foot, and Arsenal starting to play here with a bit of swagger even. Lauren. Sol Campbell. And Freddie Ljungberg, who in 3.5 weeks will be facing England in the World Cup. Sven-Göran Eriksson, the coach, says he's a bit worried about Ljungberg's form, as well he might be. Oh, no, he hasn't scored for Sweden for 3 years. Trend that one or two of us hope continues for another month or so. Here's Wiltor, who's done pretty well up there tonight, foraging away. Got the goal, of course. Now here's Quinton Fortune. Scholes. Ljungberg. His pace is quite deceptive. Dito Kanu here, who engineers an opportunity and finds it just wide. Time is running out here for Manchester United. 8 minutes to go. Arsenal so close to the league and cup double, and how they would love to do it here at the home of their great rivals, the side who have frustrated them so often in recent years. And sometimes for fans who suffer those frustrations, the wait can make the triumph all the sweeter. And he's had enough triumphs. Still time for Manchester United though. 7 minutes to go. Giggs didn't quite get the header he needed. Scholes has picked it up though. Van Nistelrooy wants it. Doesn't get it. Now he does. It's Ruud van Nistelrooy. Vieira getting the foot in this time. Arsenal making sure that every road is a cul-de-sac. Arsenal are a goal to the good, and remember, a point is enough for them. They can even now afford to concede one and still be champions. Some very thoughtful faces among the Manchester folk. But this, I think, is a knowledgeable enough football crowd to know what they're watching. And what they're watching is a very disciplined away performance by Arsenal. Here's Van Nistelrooy. Here's Ray Parlour now. He's wanting Lauren to overlap down this right-hand side, which he does. Philip Neville, who's switched to the left-hand side now of the defence and even pushing into midfield, just leaving Wes Brown and Laurent Blanc and Silvestre back there. So it looks like United have switched to a 3 at the back. And Lauren is getting a yellow card. That makes it 6 on the night. I must say, I thought the sending off was almost inevitable the way it was going in the first half. Keown, difficult bounce, falls for Solskjaer, maybe something for United here. Comes out to Wes Brown, who, if he'd gone down there, that might well have been a valid claim for a penalty, but he stayed on his feet. Well, that was interesting. Brown again. All credit to him for doing that. But I just wonder whether a penalty might have been given had Brown gone to ground. They still believe as Giggs swings in the corner. Seaman doesn't really get there, and Keane, with the attempted header, can't direct it goalwards. We've played over a minute and a half of the 3 minutes being added. It's celebration time for the fans, not for him yet. He's seen too many matches and too many dramatic finishes. Cole will parade this into the arms of David Seaman, and a few more seconds are eaten up. Arsenal are so close. This is a famous night in their history at Old Trafford of all places. Giggs in towards Wes Brown. And I don't think Manchester United have got a chance to score 2 now, and it's Wiltor. Are Arsenal going to rub United's noses in it with a second? Wide for Parlour. And it deflects a bit crazily, but into the arms of Fabian Barthez in the end, who then gets himself involved with Lee Dixon of all people. And they're nearly in tears of emotion. Fortune, the final whistle blows, and Arsenal, runners-up for the last 3 seasons, are champions this time, and Arsene Wenger completes a League and FA Cup double for the 2nd time, thanks to Sylvain Wiltor's winner. Praise be. Congratulations to the Gunners, who do it on the turf of their fiercest rivals, Manchester United. Now, how sweet is that for everybody connected with Arsenal, who, to be fair, are getting a generous round of applause from the Manchester United fans as well. Hard for United to swallow, but they've had many glorious successes of their own, and they will not begrudge Arsenal this moment. They just wish it was happening on some other ground. Arsenal are the FA Barclaycard champions, and well, they've deserved it. They've scored in every game this season. They've gone through the entire campaign unbeaten away from home. The first team to do that since Preston North End in 1889. Well, you just can't overstate what it means for Arsene Wenger and his players, the fulfilment of a season's work.
This had been a vintage season for Arsenal, who were emerging as true challengers to Manchester United's domination of the Premier League. In the end, they took the title by 7 points. United, 10 points off the pace, slipped to a disappointing third. So at Old Trafford of all places, it was Arsene Wenger's night as he and thousands of the club's fans around the country celebrated the coming of age of another supremely talented Arsenal side.